This is Golden Eagle Baseball.
Swing and a miss, strike three. Line drive down into left field, base hit, and the ball game is tied.
From Tulsa to Omaha, catch every moment of every game right here on the ORU Sports Network. Powered by Playfly.
Tanaka hits one out into right center field. That one's well hit. Goodbye!
Here's the voice of the Golden Eagles, Connor Clark.
Live from Irv Huther Field in Brookings, South Dakota, it's Golden Eagle Baseball back on the air as they are back on the road and start off this mini portion of this elongated road stretch with Game 1 against the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Hi, everybody, and welcome into the ORU Sports Network. My name is Connor Clark. It's so glad to have you with us here on a different little bit of medium here. We are actually live from Tulsa, but the game is being played in Brookings, South Dakota. So we'll empty the bag of secrets a little bit for you there. We are doing this game remotely, but we are going to do all three games of this series, and we're going to have wire-to-wire coverage for you each and every single day as Oral Roberts looks to continue what is a pretty lengthy winning streak against the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Let's get you the starting lineup for ORU, brought to you by LaCourse Law. Will Edmondson, the right fielder, leads things off. Makani Tanaka out in center bats second. Vailele Kana-Yates, the catcher, is batting third. Martell Davis over at second base cleaning up this afternoon. Cooper Kelly, the third baseman, he bats fifth, and Cooper Combs out in left batting sixth. Owen Coyle makes his first start of the year. He's the DH batting seventh. Keaton Campbell, the third baseman, bats eighth, and Hudson Ellis, the shortstop, bats ninth. They face off against the right-handed Sam Schlecht. 3-2 with a 4.61 ERA this season. He's been one of the best arms in the Summit League as we are ready to go. Jackrabbits wearing the alternate black uniforms at home. ORU in the road grays. Schlecht comes out of the wind and fires in the first pitch, and he misses a tad bit outside, and we're off and running at 3:05 p.m. It's a much nicer day here in Tulsa versus Brookings as the 1-0 pitch misses low and outside to Edmondson, same spots. He's ahead of the count, 2 balls and no strikes. And Brookings currently 46 degrees. It feels like 26, and it is windy. Edmondson takes a strike there to make it 2 balls and a strike, batting .248 with a 7-game hit streak going for him right now. But more on Schlecht. He's pitched 41 innings, has given up 40 hits, 23 runs. 21 of those earned. He's out of the wind and fires the 2-1, misses outside, 3 balls and a strike to Will Edmondson. He's surrendered 13 walks. He has struck out 41 batters, an opponent average of .250. Senior out of Maple Grove, Minnesota. He's out of the wind and fires in a called strike, bottom half of the zone. And just like that, it's a full count to Will Edmondson. Batting .248 with 2 homers and 9 RBIs. Schlecht fires home the payoff pitch. That one hit on the ground over to shortstop, and that one squeaks under the diving glove of Jerschley out in the left field, and a leadoff single for Will Edmondson to begin the weekend. His hit streak extends to 8 straight games, coming off of a couple of really, really nice games. He reached 14 on Tuesday, 3 hits and a walk. He also drove in a run in the process. He continues to swing a hot bat as Makani Tanaka steps in against this Jackrabbit defense, and it's a good one of the better ones that ORU has faced this season. 32nd in the NCAA in fielding percentage at .978. They're second in the Summit. Tanaka, the first lefty that Schlecht faces. He swings at the first pitch, sends it on the ground to second. They flip to second. One throw on to first is in time for a double play. They go work Jerschley Franke on the 4-6-3 turn, and just like that, there are 2 gone, and the bases are empty. So that'll bring up Vailele Kana-Yates. Bases empty, 2 gone. Kana-Yates batting .293. Well, Schlecht has already seen ORU once this year. That came on the 14th of March. He threw 5 2/3, gave up 4 hits, 1 unearned run. First pitch on the way to Kana-Yates. Hits the outside corner of the plate. He walked 2 batters and struck out 4 on 98 pitches. It's one of his better outings of the year. He's out of the wind. And the 0-1, that would rope fouled on the left field line, but it lands in foul ground. Quickly, 0-2 to Vailele Kana-Yates, who's riding a 4-game hit streak. 3 of those games have been multi-hit efforts, including home run, a couple of doubles sprinkled in there, and 5 RBIs. But he faces an 0-2 count. Here it is from Schlecht, and it's off the end of the bat back into our right. And we'll try it again. ORU 6-8 on the road this season. South Dakota State at 3-1 at home. They've not played very many home games Schleck down to the wind and another 0-2, a little bit outside, tried to get her to chase. Overall, ORU at 20-14, 11-1 in the Summit. They are in first place, and they have a 5-game lead over the 12-21 Jackrabbits, who are 6-6. The 1-2 from Schlecht in the dirt. Connie Yates took the bat off the shoulder, but he's able to lay off 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases empty, 2 gone here in the top of the first inning. Here in the series opener, the 2-2 hit on the ground left side of the infield at shortstop. It is Jerschley. He throws across, and it is not in time. Somehow, some way, Connie Yates was able to beat that throw out. It was on a hop over to Franke, but good hustle there from Connie Yates, the catcher, and he beats it out for an infield single, second hit in the inning for Oral Roberts, and here comes Martell Davis for his first at bat as the inning stays alive. Really good hustle there. And Connie Yates, and with catchers in general, you don't normally see great speed, but he's able to beat it out there. Maybe a little bit of a lazy throw from Jerschley over at shortstop as well. Here's the first pitch to Martell Davis, a breaking ball that hits the bottom of the zone. Well, Schlecht has had some really good outings over the year. His best probably came against Minnesota on the road on the 7th of March. 0-1. That one drops below the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. He went 6 2/3, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs. Both of them earned 3 walks and struck out 7 on only 82 pitches. Was extremely efficient. That was his longest outing of the year. Here's the 1-1 to Davis. A swing and a miss at a ball down low. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Schlecht gave up a leadoff single, got a double play off the bat of Tanaka, and then gives up an infield single to Connie Yates, who's on first. He's set out of the stretch, and the 1-2. That one misses low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He does bounce away from the catcher, Jones, but he keeps it in front of him. So Connie Yates stays put. Guy's not really going to steal that all that often as well. He's not attempted a stolen base this season. Schlecht with a deep breath. He'll throw back over to first right as we talk about it. Connie Yates back in with a head first dive. And Davis batting .300, hits in 13 of his last 14 games in an 8-game hit streak. The 2-2 home. And he hits it on the ground foul left side, and we will try it again. One of the Jackrabbits, drenched in his long gray parka, jogs out of the dugout to go grab it. It is, again, not a very pleasant afternoon up in Brookings. 46 degrees, plenty of wind going on there, too. Another 2-2 to Davis. He fights it off. Wind gusts up to 12, but when it's frigid, that 12 miles an hour can feel a little bit worse than it actually is. Here's another 2-2 to Davis. He sends it in the air down the right field line. Over Watcher, he looks up, and it's off the wall, but it is foul. It would have been extra bases if it was about 5 feet to the left, but instead, Martell Davis hits it off the wall, and we will try it again after a loud foul ball. We're stuck at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Last year at this ballpark, ORU swept all 4 games, one of which was a makeup because of a rainout here down at Chapman Park. When they swept all 4 to clinch a share of the regular season Summit League title. Another 2-2, misses low. Good eye from Davis. The count is full. It's an overall series that has been dominated by ORU. They lead at 87-23. They've won 12 in a row against the Jackrabbits, including a sweep earlier this season. The payoff pitch. That one a liner into left field. That'll get down for a base hit in front of the left fielder, Taylor, as it slowly rolls into his glove. Connie Yates goes from corner to corner, and they're on the corners with 2 gone. But Taylor was a little bit slow to get to that ball, and Connie Yates again with good speed on the base path. Full advantage and goes up to third. And now it's up to Cooper Kelly to try driving the run here in the top of the first inning. So 9 straight games with a hit from Martell Davis, 14 of his last 15 now. And here's Cooper Kelly, who's got hits in 6 of his last 7 games. That's with the left side against the right-handed Schlecht. First pitch on the way, appeal over to third base. and not go around. Appeal from Jeff Kopecki over there at third. Jonathan Fies calling balls and strikes, and Teddy Dutcher is at first. A 1-0 pitch on the way to Kelly in the dirt. Blocked down by the catcher Jones, who keeps it in front of him. 2 balls and no strikes. Kelly's driven in 9 runs this season. Batting .214 with runners in scoring position. The 2-0. That one roped out in right field. Well hit. Back at the wall. Watcher, and he looks at it go. 3-run home run from Cooper Kelly, his first of the season. And the Golden Eagle bats are alive and well in the top of the first inning. It is 3-0. RBIs 10, 11, and 12 for Cooper Kelly. And his first home run of the year gives ORU a 3-0 lead. The wind is blowing out that way on the right field, and Kelly batting from the left side. And all this damage now for ORU coming with 2 outs, and you go back to the infield single from Vailele Canaites. That's a huge play. First pitch to Combs. He hits it on the ground to second. Nick Warwick picks it up and throws over to first. And the inning comes to a close, but Oral Roberts all over the Jackrabbits early, a 3-0 lead thanks to the 3-run homer from Cooper Kelly, his first of the year. Makes it 3-0 Golden Eagles. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Don't go anywhere. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit. Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs, and don't miss out on our daily food and specials each week. With 2 convenient locations at Broken Arrow, Tiger Hill Plaza, and 7 First Indiana. Waldo's Chicken. Best fried chicken in Oklahoma.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Go to the bottom of the first inning, and Brookings and Oral Roberts in front 3-0 early, thanks to Cooper Kelly's first home run of the season. Let's get you the starting 9 for South Dakota State, brought to you by LaCourse Law. Luke Robalewski leads things off and plays center field. Nolan Graw out in third base, he bats second. Luke Lusky, the designated hitter, bats third. Nate Watch, the right fielder, cleaning up this afternoon. Dayton Franke, the first baseman, bats fifth. Nick Work over at second, batting sixth. Luke Jones, the catcher, bats seventh. Carter Taylor out in center field, bats eighth. Jersley, the shortstop, bats ninth. They face off against the best pitcher in the Summit League, the right-hander Easton Teal, 3-1 with a 2.11 ERA in 47 innings, and coming off of his 5th consecutive quality start at Omaha last week. He comes out of the wind and fires in his first pitch, and he misses just off the outside edge of the plate to the right-handed Luke Robalewski for ball number 1. In those 47 innings, he's given up 36 hits, 12 runs, only 11 of them earned, 11 walks, 40 strikeouts, an opponent average of 212. The 1-0 is in there for a called strike at the top half of the zone. He went 7 innings, shutout, gave up 3 hits, 2 walks, and struck out 6 in a 9-0 win at Omaha a week ago today. 1-1 pitch finds the inner half of the zone. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. And well, Teal matched his longest outing of the year against South Dakota State with 7 innings as well. He gave up 1 earned run, 2 total. He's ahead of the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's out of the wind and fires home and catches the bottom of the zone for strike 3. A backwards K to begin things. Luke Robalewski down looking. And the 41st strikeout of the year for Easton Teal. Makes it 1 gone at the bottom of the first inning. Brings up Graw. Graw, the first lefty that Easton Teal will see here today. Batting .326 on a 14-game hit streak. First pitch on the way from Teal is right down the pipe for strike one. In that span, he's had 6 multi-hit games, a home run, 4 triples, 6 doubles, and he's driven in 20 of his 30 runs. A 1 pitch. That one misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Grom with 30 home runs, or 30 runs batted in, rather, on the year. 2 home runs on the season. The 1-1 pitch, and he sends one in the air into right center field. Tanaka tracking just in front of the warning track makes the catch. 2 gone. So Nolan Grott retired on the fly out to Makani Tanaka. 2 quick outs for Easton Teal. And that brings up Luke Lusky, the team leader in RBIs and homers. 282. Lusky with 6 long balls, 31 runs driven in. He steps in with the bases empty and 2 gone. And Easton Teal already off to a nice start with a backwards K. First pitch on the way, and that went in there for a called strike, top half of the zone. Easton Teal's won back-to-back Summit League Pitcher of the Week awards, and deservedly so. An ERA of 2.11 will do that for you, including 7 shutout innings against the second-place team in the Summit. Here's his 0-1 pitch on the way to Lusky. Lines that one down the right field line, and that will get down for a base hit in front of the right fielder Edmondson, who has trouble with it initially, but it will keep Lusky at first base. So the inning continues. A 2-out single from the designated hitter for the Jackrabbits, and that'll bring up Nate Walker to right field. Kind of an interesting uni combo for the Jacks. We mentioned they're wearing the alternate black uniforms that read Jacks across the chest in blue, outlined in yellow. First pitch on the way from Teal, right down the pipe for strike one. They go with the blue hats, the white pants, and then the guys who are wearing shorter pants wear the long black socks with a blue and yellow stripe on it. Here's the 0-1 on the way from Teal, and that one lined on the left field line. Will it stay fair? Yes, it will. In front of Combs, back-to-back hits for the Jackrabbits now between Lusky and Watcher, and they're on first and second here in the bottom of the first. And that brings up Dayton Franke, a guy who's very, very dangerous in this ballpark, especially with the way the wind is blowing here today. Yeah, Dayton Franke in a game last year hit 3 home runs against Oral Roberts in South Dakota. And conditions were very similar. It was extremely windy out to straightaway center. First pitch on the way to him, and it's in there for a called strike. So ORU's got to be careful here. Easton Teal especially has to be careful here. Anything up in the air, we've already seen it with Cooper Kelly, is going to be trouble. 0-1 on the way. Catches the outside corner for strike 2. Teal's only given up 4 home runs this season, which is the least out of any starter. It's a strike away from getting out of the inning with a 0. No balls and 2 strikes. Looks back at second, fires home, a little bit outside. Franke on the year batting .226. He has struggled in that category. Just 3 home runs, 24 RBIs. He is hitless in 4 of his last 5 games, combining just 3 of 14. But again, a guy, when he does square up for contact, it is loud contact. The 1-2 from Teal in the air, but fouled on the left field line. We'll try it again. And that was just a wild series. And I know we talked about it at length when the Jacks were down at Chapman Park in March. But it was a sweep for ORU. It was not an easy sweep by any stretch of the imagination, though. Some of those games were just wild with the conditions. Here's the 1-2 again from Teal. He tries a back foot slider and gets fouled off back into the right towards the ORU dugout. So Franke stays alive. And these two teams actually ended up playing each other 5 times in a row because of the seeding in the Summit League tournament. 1-2 off the end of the bat in the air, right center field. Tanaka back. The ballpark will hold it, and he makes the catch. Inning over. So Easton Teal gives up 2 2-out singles, but he works right around him. Second inning from Brookings, South Dakota. Oral Roberts with an early lead over the Jackrabbits. It's 3-0 when we come back on the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit.
Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering options. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs and don't miss out on our daily food and drink specials with 2 convenient locations in Broken Arrow's Tiger Hill Plaza and 71st and Yale. Waldo's Chicken, the best fried chicken in Oklahoma.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
We rejoin the ball game here in the top of the second inning. Owen Coyle pops out to the first baseman, Dayton Franke, on the second pitch he sees for out number 1. Coyle, his first start of his 8th game this season. We saw him pinch hit in a couple of games over the weekend on Saturday and Sunday at Omaha. So here's Keaton Campbell, 1 gone, and the base is empty. ORU operating with a 3-0 lead. First pitch on the way to Campbell, a little bit upstairs. Cooper Kelly, the difference right now, his first home run of the season in the top of the first inning. Over the right field wall, big time swing of the bat, all that damage done with 2 outs. Campbell swings at the 1-0, and that's a ground ball left side of the infield. Fumbled at third by Graw, throw on the way over is not in time. So a second time we've seen a ground ball result in a base runner for Oral Roberts, and this will likely go down as an error on Graw, the third baseman, as he fumbled it. Exchange from glove to hand. So that brings up Hudson Ellis, a runner on first and 1 out. And it does go down as an error. It's the 26th error committed by South Dakota State this season. So here's Hudson Ellis batting .310 on a 9-game hit streak, longest active streak on the team. And he takes a called strike. We talked about it all year long, but not many 9-hole hitters that you know in the country that are batting .310. He's driven in 19 RBIs. He's been fantastic this season on both ends of the baseball as well. We talked about his defense. 0-1, a 3-quarter swing and foul ball over to the right side by the ORU dugout. Makes it 0-2. Over his 9-game hit streak, he has doubled 4 times, and he has driven in 7 RBIs. Transfer from Dallas Baptist, where he did not see the field for the Patriots. 0-2 on the way from Schlecht, and that runs inside and hits him in the side. Right at the belt level. So a hit by pitch for Hudson Ellis puts 2 on with only 1 out. And here comes the top of the order in Will Edmondson. Edmondson singled his first time up. He was caught up at a 4-6-3 double play moments later off the bat of Makani Tanaka. But after that, of course, 3 runs came across. He's got Campbell on second and Ellis on first. First pitch to him, and he swings right through it, a breaking ball. Good off-speed pitch from Sam Schlecht. Schlecht working out of the stretch, fires the 0-1. That one roped down the left field line. It's a deep ball. If it's fair, it'll be extra bases, and it is. And one hops the wall. Edmondson will make his way into second. Rounding third and scoring are both runs. Keaton Campbell and Hudson Ellis alike. It's a bases clearing double for Will Edmondson. And ORU leads it 5-0 here in the top of the second inning. Huge swing of the bat from Edmondson. RBIs 10 and 11 for him. What a start on the road for ORU. Here's Makani Tanaka. Man on second, only 1 out, 2 runs in the frame. 5-0 Golden Eagles. First pitch runs inside of the belt. And this has been unlike Sam Schlecht this season. Most amount of earned runs he's given up in a start is 8. That was 2 starts ago in Northern Colorado, and already in deep trouble here. The 1-0. That one hits the bottom half of the zone. Makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. Tanaka 0 for 1 with that 4-6-3 double play. Schlecht looks back at second, fires home, and Tanaka pops it straight up in the infield. Who's it going to be? Franke, the first baseman in foul ground, makes a late adjustment in the wind, makes the catch. Both outs in the inning have been pop outs in foul territory to Dayton Franke, and there's 2 gone. So it's up to Vailele Connie Yates to try and bring in Edmonds. Connie Yates with an infield single, pure hustle single for him the first time up. And the first pitch. Ground ball left side, and a diving stop by Jerschley. Gets up to his feet, throws across in time. Impressive play from Keegan Jerschley at shortstop. And the inning is over. Takes away yet maybe another infield single from Connie Yates, but Oral Roberts gets back on the scoreboard as a 2-run double for Will Edmondson makes it the Golden Eagles 5 and the Jackrabbits nothing when we come back on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
Go to the bottom of the second inning, and ORU in control 5-0 already in the series opener against South Dakota State. Waldo's Chicken is home to Southern Fried and Fire Roasted Chicken. Don't forget the scratch-made sides like mac and cheese, collard greens, and our hand-cut fries. Waldo's Chicken has 3 convenient locations to serve you: 71st and Yale in Tulsa, Broken Arrow, and in Owasso. Dine-in to-go delivery and catering. Waldo's Chicken, proud supporters of ORU Athletics. Will Edmondson with the bases clearing double in the top half of the inning. He drives in 2 runs, and ORU giving Easton Teal a lot of run support here early on, up 5-0 as Teal goes back to work for the second inning. Gave up 2 2-out singles in the first, but worked right around it, a pair of flyouts to center field, and he led off the ball game with a backwards K. First pitch on the way is in there for a called strike against the second baseman Nick Work, batting 6th. Luke Jones and Carter Taylor will round out the scheduled 3. Work batting .271, hits in back-to-back games. He had 3 RBIs on Saturday against St. Thomas. The 0-1 misses a low and outside. Guy who does a very good job of drawing walks. 19 walks to 19 strikeouts. The 1-1 catches the outside half. Nice location there from Teal to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. And meanwhile, Easton Teal has looked like Easton Teal for the most part. 1-2. Ground ball, left side of the infield at shortstop. It's Hudson Ellis. Makes a nice throw across in time. 1 up, 1 down here in the second. That'll bring up the catcher, Luke Jones. Jones not an everyday starter. This is his 18th game, his 13th start of the year. He's batting .300. But he is 5 for his last 7. Hits in back-to-back games. So when he's had his opportunities, he has made them count. First pitch on the way from Easton Teal is lined right back at him and through into center field. So Luke Jones wastes no time, and he gets on with one out here in the bottom of the second inning. Third hit for the Jackrabbits here in the early going. We mentioned the year that Easton Teal is having. He leads the league in ERA at 2.11. Leads the league in opponent average at 2.12, but that has really gone against him here today. Leads the league in innings pitched. Is sixth in strikeouts heading into today. He's now in a tie for fifth with Sam Schlecht at 41. He is second in the league in batters struck out looking heading into today. He's now tied for first. First pitch on the way to Taylor. Misses low and outside to the right-handed center fielder. So him and Reese Wagner of Northern Colorado are both tied for first with 14 backwards Ks. Teal is tied for first in wins with 3. The 1-0 breaking ball that catches the top half makes it 1-1. Teal's also allowed the least amount of runs in the Summit with 12, and he's also allowed the least amount of earned runs with 11. Third least walks with 11 as well. I mean, you just look at the leaderboard in the Summit. He is there in pretty much every category. 1-1, there's a bunt laid down. Teal off the bump to grab it, throws over to first in time. So it does move Jones over. Sacrifice bunt from Taylor. That is something that the Jackrabbits do a ton. They are 49th in the country in sacrifice bunts. That was their 22nd of the year. So that is probably going to be the first of many sack bunts we see this weekend out of the Jackrabbits. As here comes Keegan Jerschley out of the 9 spot, the shortstop, with a runner on second and 2 outs. First pitch on the way to him, and it's in there for a called strike over the outside corner. Jerschley batting .253, made a nice play to put the top half of the inning to bed. 1 home run, 11 RBIs for him. He's 3 for his last 10. Teal looks back over at second, and the 0-1 pitch on the way. Nasty breaking ball, gets a swing and a miss. Went to the top left corner of the zone, and he's a strike away from putting up a second consecutive 0 and a 9th consecutive 0 dating back to his last start. Teal another glance over at second where Jones is located, and the 0-2 pitch on the way. Off the end of the bat in the air, shallow left field. Ellis back from shortstop, makes the catch in the outfield grass, inning over. Oh, very nicely done from Easton Teal and the Golden Eagle defense. They work right around a 1-out single from Luke Jones, and we go to the third inning. All ORU in the early going. They needed 5-0 over South Dakota State. We'll be back in a moment. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today. WAC.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
We get to the third inning here from Brookings, South Dakota. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network, and the Golden Eagles with a 5-0 lead here early on in the series opener. This is the ORU Sports Network. Thanks so much for making us part of your Friday afternoon. Closing out the workday with us as Martell Davis steps in to begin the top of the third inning. Davis 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. He squares to bunt on the first pitch he sees, gets down in front of the plate, and Schlecht makes a wild throw. He went off the bump to grab it, and he throws it low. He gets past Franke, and the leadoff man is on for Oral Roberts in the third. The Jacks continue to struggle in the field thus far, and I got a team that has been very, very good overall. Top 40 nationally in fielding percentage, but we'll see how they end up scoring that. That could very well be a throwing error on Sam Schlecht. First pitch on the way to Cooper Kelly is outside for a ball. Kelly 1 for 1 with a 3-run home run, his first of the season. Got us started in the first inning. He's got a runner on first with nobody out. First pitch home, and that one in there, 1-0 pitch home. That one misses outside. 1-0 is a strike. After all that, it's 1-1. I beg your pardon. Get my pitches mixed up here. 1-1 to Kelly. That one fouled back into the left. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kelly now with hits in 7 of his last 8 games. He has driven in 12 after the home run. It looks like they're going to give Davis credit for a hit here. So he's 2 for 2, and ORU has 6 hits in the early going. The 1-2 to Kelly is swinging a miss for strike 3. The first strikeout for Sam Schlecht here this afternoon. That's the first out in the third inning. 42nd strikeout of the year, and here comes Cooper Combs, who grounded out to the second baseman Nick Work his first time up. Runner on first and 1 out here in the top of the third inning. ORU leading 5-0. Schlecht out of the line, fires in the first pitch, and Combs rips it out to left field. This could be trouble into the corner, and a one hops the wall. Combs will have extra bases. Kelly up to third, and they're on, Davis up to third, and they're on second and third here with only 1 out. And that is already the third extra base hit given up by Sam Schlecht here in the early going. And a big chance for Owen Coyle in his first start of the year. Coyle, big contributor last year. He played in 39 games. He started 34 of them, and here comes a meeting. Yeah, probably a wise decision as ORU has lit up Sam Schlecht here in the early going, and this, we'll see if it's the end of the line for him as well. But the entire infield is out there with them on the bump, and Rob Bishop, the head coach, will leave him in. Bishop, a very decorated career for him. Started his head coaching career at South Dakota State back in 2016, and over 170 wins for him up in Brookings. The meeting over, and here we go. First pitch on the way to Owen Coyle. Misses inside of the belt for ball 1. He's got runners on second and third. Martell Davis on third. Cooper Combs on second moments after the double. ORU leading 5-0. And a big chance to add on to that. 1-0. Big swing and a miss on a breaking ball that was hung, but Schlecht gets away with it. Makes it 1 ball and 1 strike. Coyle fouled out to the first baseman, Dayton Franke, in the second inning. He led off the inning. 1-1. Hits into the air right field. Playable for Watcher, who is in, and he makes the catch running in. He'll throw over to second base as both runners tag, and that'll score Martell Davis. Cooper Combs up to third, and that makes it 6-0. Oral Roberts on the sacrifice fly from Owen Coyle. That brings up Keaton Campbell with 2 outs and a runner on third. 6-0 now, Oral Roberts. And you wondered if they were going to send him or not on the tag because of how much Watcher had to run in. And a lot of momentum. First pitch on the way. That one fouled back to the right by Campbell, who reached on the game's only error thus far. He came around to score in the second. Right now, if you're wondering about Schlecht's line, he only has 2 earned runs to his name, which I'm not sure how that equates in the live stats. 0-1 misses low. He should have 4 earned runs. But regardless, it's 6-0. Here's the 1-1. That one outside makes it 2 balls and a strike to Keaton Campbell. Hits in 4 of his last 5 games, and I think you can make the case that it's probably the most consistent 5 games that Campbell's put together this year. 2-1 on the way, and that one a foul ball. Make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Let's see if he can bring in what would be his 8th RBI of the season. 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Campbell goes down swinging, and the inning comes to an end. But Oral Roberts has scored in all 3 innings to start off this weekend series. Sacrifice fly for Owen Coyle scores Martell Davis, and that makes it a 6-0 Golden Eagle lead as we go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning right here on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
6-0 ORU as we go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning from Brookings, South Dakota. Family owned and operated since 1969, the Don Thornton Automotive Group has driven to make car buying easy and your ownership experience exceptional. Tulsa's choice for performance and luxury, the Don Thornton Auto Group, proud supporter of ORU athletics. Well, it has been a hit parade so far for Oral Roberts. 7 hits, 6 runs, and they've scored in each of the first 3 innings. This afternoon, will make a commanding lead against the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Top of the order coming through for the Jacks is Luke Robalewski. We'll start things off against Easton Teal. He shows bunt, pulls it back, and he takes the ball upstairs. Well, we mentioned earlier, Oral Roberts has dominated the all-time series against the Jacks, and they've won 12 in a row. Trying to continue that streak here today. The 1-0 pitch, a little bit inside. 2 balls, no strikes to Robalewski. 0 for 1 with a backwards K. Last time ORU lost to the Jackrabbits, you got to go all the way back to March 17th of 2024. It was a 6-3 loss in Tulsa. Robalewski shows bunt, pulls it back, and he takes another ball. It's 3 balls and no strikes. But that 6-3 win capped off what was a 3-game sweep of the Golden Eagles by the Jackrabbits. 3-0 pitch on the way from Teal, and that one misses up high for ball 4. So rare 4-pitch walk for Easton Teal to start off the 3rd inning as Robalewski is aboard, and that brings up Nolan Graw into center. But that is just wild to me looking back at the history. And I don't know what that sweep did to awaken the giant that is Oral Roberts baseball, but you lose 3 in a row to the Jackrabbits. You respond with 12 wins in a row. First pitch on the way, and Easton Teal finds the zone for the first time in the inning for a strike. McGraw with a runner on first, double play opportunity here for Oral Roberts. They've turned 28 of them this year, and they've been one of the best teams in the country at that. 0-1 in there for a called strike. It's been really impressive to see what ORU has been able to do defensively. They're 4th in the country in fielding percentage, 47th in the country in team ERA. ERA just below 460. 0-2 from Teal. This is low and outside, trying to get him to chase. More pitching stats for you here. They are 43rd in the country in hits per 9 at 8.1, 72nd in strikeout to walk ratio at 2.19, and 28th in the country in walks per 9. 1-2 fouled straight back to the backstop. With a walks per 9 number at 3.5 per game. They're 50th in the country in shutouts. They've got 2 of them. And that tells you how hard it is to shut out an opponent. I mean, 2 shutouts gets you top 50 nationally. Not many teams are doing it. We'll try the 1-ball, 2-strike pitch again on the way to Nolan Graw. Teal fires, and that one fouled back over the Jackrabbit dugout on the third base side. The Golden Eagles had a 6-game win streak snapped last Sunday. They lost 5-3 in the midweek on Tuesday against Central Arkansas, where they out-hit the Bears 14-8, yet they still lost 5-3. 1-2, breaking ball misses outside. Makes it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, luckily, that loss in the midweek doesn't affect the conference record. ORU at 11-1. They've got a 4-game lead on Omaha, who's in second. They've got a 5-game lead on South Dakota State, who's in third. The 2-2 misses low. With a really nice eye there from Nolan Graw. Makes it 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Jacks have played some pretty quality baseball in conference play. Of course, they got swept by ORU, but other than that, obviously 6-3 against other opponents. Payoff pitch misses inside, ball 4. And back-to-back walks for Easton Teal to start off this third inning. He came into today with only 11 on the season. And that brings up Luke Lusky, danger zone here for Oral Roberts. Team leader in homers and RBI steps in, and he's already 1 for 1 with a single in the first inning. 2 on, nobody out. ORU leading 6-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. First pitch on the way from Teal. Breaking ball right down the middle for strike 1. Teal is giving up an opponent batting average of 118 with runners on base. The 0-1. That one misses. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Lusky. He looks back at second base and now fires the 1-1 pitch. That one hits him. The Teal loses control of that one. So 3 straight free passes, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch loads him up with nobody out in the third inning. And this is exactly why you call the 4-hole spot the cleanup hitter, because Nate Watcher steps in with the bases loaded and nobody out. This is the first time this year that Easton Teal has found himself in this situation with the bases loaded and nobody out. His team is up 6-0 as Wes Davis and Connie Yates have come out to talk to him. A really rare sequence there for Easton Teal. Another really interesting note, too, Luke Lusky leads the conference in getting hit by pitches. South Dakota State does that very well. They come in at 56th nationally in hit by pitches. They, as a team, have been hit by 64 of them. And Lusky by himself has been hit by 12. Kind of a niche stat there to be top 60 in the country and hit by pitches. You're wearing a lot of them. So here comes Nate Watcher, 1 for 1 with a single. And he steps in with the bases loaded and nobody out. First pitch on the way from Easton Teal. Pops out of the glove of Connie Yates. And it is a ball a little bit inside. And Connie Yates wondering where that missed, or asking home plate umpire Jonathan Fye where else he could put that. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way. A little bit low for ball 2. Man, these are close misses. Teal fumbles the throwback to him. I mean, this has just been a very, very uncharacteristic inning. But it seems like these are spots that Teal was getting in the first 2 innings. He's not getting them here. 2-0 pitch on the way. In there for a called strike over the outside part of the plate. Robalewski on third, Graw on second, Lusky on first for the Jackrabbits. And Nate Watcher at the plate. The 2-1 on the ground, left side of the infield, and that one will poke through for a base hit. That'll score at least 1 run. Graw rounding third. Now they'll throw to third, and they cut Lusky down there. But 2 runs will score in the process. Nate Watcher with a 2-run base knock to make it 6-2, and Lusky out at third trying to go corner to corner. He goes 7-6-5 on the out there. Robalewski and Graw will both score. And a 2-run single from Nate Watcher makes it 6-2. And Ryan Fulmer's going to come out of the dugout here as well as Wes Davis. And this is kind of an interesting situation here, and one that you don't want to see. The athletic trainer, Evan Roche, is out of the dugout as well, as they're looking at Easton Teal. And it's a very quick meeting. He shakes him off. So that is a good sign. So 6-2 now, ORU in front. Dayton Franke stepping in. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. The runner on first and one gone. RBI's 19 and 20 for Nate Watcher. And the first pitch on the way. In there for a called strike. A lot of scoring here in the early going. And, well, we should have expected that with the windy conditions. 0-1. Big swing and a miss. The 0-2 from Teal misses low. And again, if you're just joining us, this has been a very, very kind of odd inning with Easton Teal on the bump. He goes back-to-back walks and hits a batter, gives up a 2-run single. They do get the out at third with Lusky. That was a much-needed first out. And luckily, the offense has been on fire here early. 1-2, that one fouled back into the left. So we'll try it again with Dayton Franke. 1-2, another foul ball back into the left off the netting. Franke, a tough guy to put away. I know the average hasn't really backed him up in that category, 226 average. But again, a guy who has a lot of power. ORU saw it on full display last year. For a third time, and instead it'll be a throwback to first. And Watcher back in safely. And again, too, this is double play territory for ORU. The 1-2 misses outside. We should mention, too, historically this season, I mean, the situation ORU is in right now is pretty favorable with them scoring first, of course, and going up 6-2 right now. Here's the 2-2 from Teal, and a ground ball fouled on the first base side. But ORU is 13-6 when they score first. And the fact that they scored in the third is pretty rare because they came in with only 7 runs scored in that frame. It was their least productive inning out of the regular 9 that you would play. Of course, we're not counting extras. But Teal trying to put away Dayton Franke. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Teal fires home. In the air, that went into right center. Tanaka playable for him, just shy of the warning track, and he actually gets called off by Edmondson at the final moment. And there's the second out of the inning. So fly out to right field, Will Edmondson making the catch, and it's up to Nick Work to keep the inning alive. Grounded out to shortstop, his first time up to lead off the second. And Teal a chance to put a longer third inning away once and for all. ORU leading 6-2 here on the ORU Sports Network. Connor Clark here with you. Thanks so much for spending your Friday afternoon with us. First pitch on the way from Teal, in there for a called strike. And keep in mind, too, the last time these two teams played, I know ORU swept the series, but it's not like it wasn't close. Teal with a deep breath fires in the 0-1. A breaking ball grounded foul first base side, so it's 0-2. But ORU had to win the first 2 games 4-3 and then 3-1. It was the 8th inning that was big time for them in that series. They would run away with the series finale. They'd win 12-2 in run rule fashion. But the first 2 games of the series were tightly contested. 0-2 from Teal on the way, just outside. Thought he might get the call there, but it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Teal led off the game with a backwards K. He has not had a strikeout since. And one of the rare times you could say that Easton Teal has more walks than he has punch-outs. Here's the 1-2. Off the end of the bat, out into left center. It'll drop right in front of Cooper Combs. So 2-out base knock from Work keeps the inning alive. Yeah, that brings up Luke Jones, who singled on the first pitch he saw in the second inning. That makes it hits in 3 straight for the backup catcher. Runners on first and second for him. 2 gone. Teal looks back at second, fires in the first pitch, and a swing and a miss. So Jones looking to connect early again, but comes up empty there. Its average is up to 317 after the single, but again, smaller sample size. A 1 pitch on the way, and Teal just misses the bottom half of the zone. Again, a lot of close misses from Easton Teal. It's not like he's been sporadic with his bullets this afternoon. But all right around that K-zone, if you will. He fires in the 1-1. That went in the air. Out into right field. Who's it going to be? Edmondson adjusting to the wind, makes the catch. And the inning finally comes to a close. But the Jackrabbits do get on the scoreboard for the first time this afternoon. 2-run single from Nate Watcher makes it Oral Roberts 6 and South Dakota 2. Don't go anywhere. Golden Eagles still in front by 4 when we come back on the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit.
Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering options. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs, and don't miss out on our daily food and drink specials each week. With 2 convenient locations at Broken Arrows, Tiger Hill Plaza, and 71st and Yale. Waldo's Chicken, the best fried chicken in Oklahoma.
Go to the 4th inning. ORU leading 6-2 over South Dakota State in Brookings. Game 1 of 3 of this weekend series. TTCU Federal Credit Union is proud to be the exclusive credit union partner of Oral Roberts University. Founded by teachers in 1934, TTCU serves more than 150,000 members with 20 branch locations. If you don't have the ORU School Pride Visa debit card, get one today and support the Golden Eagles. Visit ttcu.com/ORU for details. The Jackrabbits get on the scoreboard for the first time in the bottom of the 3rd inning. A 2-run single from Nate Watcher is the reason why. After 2 walks and a hit batter from Easton Teal, loaded him up with nobody out. And all things considered, I think you take only giving up the 2 runs getting out of that inning, but a very rare situation for Teal to be in. And he gets out of it with limited damage as Hudson Ellis will lead things off out of the 9-hole spot against Sam Schlacht. First pitch on the way, and he fouls it back into the right. Ellis, speaking of hit by pitches, was hit by a pitch his first time up in the 2nd. He came in to score on a 2-run double from Will Edmondson. 0-1. That one misses in at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ellis looking to extend his 9-game hit streak. 1-1. He fouls that one off of his foot. He came in with the longest hit streak active on the team. Now he's tied for it because of Martell Davis's 2 hits already here today. A single and a bunt single for him, and he has come around to score both times. A productive day for Martell. Schleck comes out of the line to the 1-2. Just tap foul back to the right to the backstop by Hudson Ellis. Schlecht will try the 1-2 again. Here it is. Misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. ORU with 7 hits to go along with the 6 runs. They've only left 2 on with a ton of traffic early. And here's the 2-2. Ellis shoots it foul on the third base side. We mentioned ORU 13-6 when they score first. Trying to get their 12th Summit League win here today and start 12-1. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Went down and outside. Ellis went with them, and it's back-to-back strikeouts for Sam Schlecht dating back to the 3rd inning. He's got 3 of them on the afternoon, and that brings up Will Edmondson and the top of the order. Base is empty and 1 gone. As I think we've seen the background of our shot here, Dayton Franke's hat flew off. It went down the right field line, and so we had to get Watcher to come and grab it for him. That was pretty funny to see unfold there. First pitch to Will Edmondson, and he rolls it over to the third baseman. Graw throws across in time, and a quick second out. So it's up to Makani Tanaka, who's 0 for 2. And already he's only one of 2 Golden Eagles who hasn't reached base. Owen Coyle is the other one. The base is empty and 2 gone. I mentioned the conditions. Franke's hat going flying. A lot of ORU players wearing kind of a ski mask today. First pitch on the way to Tanaka in there for a called strike. See a lot of parkas going on in the dugout. Of course, probably much needed. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. Quickly 0-2 to Tanaka. It's amazing how much of a stark difference it is going from obviously where ORU is located in Tulsa to pretty much almost everywhere else in the conference when you talk about the weather. Here's the 0-2 to Tanaka. This is low and outside. Omaha is easily the most comparable place. And maybe you can make an argument for northern Colorado too, but a little bit farther north than Omaha. Here's the 1-2, and Tanaka smokes it out into right field. Well hit. Ranging back Watcher, and he will watch it go. Makani Tanaka, a solo home run over the right field wall, and he smoked it right away. A 2-out home run is his 6th of the year, which leads the team. And that makes it 7-2. Oral Roberts here in the 4th. The hit parade keeps on coming. Hit number 8 for Oral Roberts. They've scored in each of the first 4 innings here this afternoon. And the lead is back up to 5, 7-2 ORU. In steps Vailele Kana-Yates. And he swings at the first pitch out to right field. Will it get down? No, it will not. It hangs up for Watcher, who makes the catch, and the inning is over. But Oral Roberts back on the scoreboard. Makani Tanaka with his 6th home run of the year. A solo shot makes it Oral Roberts 7 and South Dakota State 2. The Golden Eagles in control early and often. Don't go anywhere. This is Golden Eagle Baseball right here on the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today. WAC.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
7-2 Golden Eagles as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning here from Brookings, South Dakota. Game 1 of 3 in this weekend series. Empire Fence of Tulsa, leading a legacy built on excellence since 1955. Family owned and operated 70 years of trust in Oklahoma. Experience the Empire difference at empirefence.net. Makani Tanaka with his 6th home run of the season, which leads the team with 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning. Got ORU on the scoreboard and kept that streak alive for scoring in every inning thus far this afternoon. As the lead is back up to 5 runs, Carter Taylor will lead things off for the Jackrabbits out of the 8th spot. Keegan Jerschley and Luke Robalewski. The scheduled 3, 8-9-1 for the Jacks. As Easton Teal goes back to work and fires a first pitch ball outside. ORU today has homered twice. As time is called by the home plate umpire, Jonathan Fye. Two home runs in a game is tied for the most in a game by the Golden Eagles all season. 1-0, that one misses outside. It's the 5th game where they've homered multiple times. And a chance now with, again, a lot of ball game left to kind of break that open. Teal ready for the 2-0. This is inside ball 3. Command has been a little bit off from Easton Teal over the last inning. And again, the misses haven't been bad, but obviously, I mean, you got to call a spade a spade. It's been walking batters at a much higher rate than normal. 3-0, he shows bunt, he pulls it back, and he takes ball 4. And Teal and Connie Yates both kind of paused. They couldn't believe that it was called a ball, but another 4-pitch walk given up by Easton Teal. It's his 3rd walk given up here this afternoon. It's Carter Taylor aboard safely to lead things off, and here is Keegan Jerschley. For 1 with a pop out to Hudson Ellis. He shows bunt, pulls it back, and he takes the ball low and outside. Remember, his team is 49th nationally with sacrifice bunts. They now have 22 of them with Taylor's in the 2nd. One 1-0 on the way from Teal, and that one in the air, shallow left field, and Ellis makes the catch for the first out of the inning. So back to the pop outs, the shortstop Keegan Jerschley. And here is Luke Robalewski. A man on with 1 gone. Seven to 2 ORU. First pitch from Teal in there for a called strike. Average down to 238 now for Robalewski. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a 4-pitch walk. He looks at the 0-1 that misses down and away. One. That one down the right field line, but it curls into the bullpen out of play. We've seen 9 combined runs, 13 combined hits, 1 error, combined 7 left on base, 5 for the Jackrabbits, 2 for ORU. Teal ready in the 1-2 pitch off the end of the bats into right field. And it is caught in right center by Makani Tanaka, who waves off Edmondson on the run at the very last moment. So there's a second out of the inning as Robalewski retired for the 2nd time. And here comes Nolan Graw. 0 for 1 with a flyout and a walk and a run scored. The runner on first did not move on that out, so it's still a runner on first. And now with 2 gone. First pitch on the way to Graw. Misses low at the feet. 1 ball and no strikes for Graw. Trying to extend a 14-game hit streak. The 1-0 in there for a called strike over the outside corner. Teal looking for his third 0 in the first 4 innings, but he'll throw over to first before we get to find out what the 1-1 is. If you're just joining us, ORU scored 3 times in the first, twice in the second, once in the third and the fourth. Jackrabbits scored twice in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Teal's 1-1 on the way, and that will launch out into right field. Edmondson back, and he can only watch. Nolan Graw with a mammoth 2-run home run. His 3rd home run of the year, and that makes it a 7-4 ball game. And the Jacks have scored a pair of runs in back-to-back innings. Well, coming into today, Teal had only given up 2 earned runs in Summit League. 4 here today. That brings up Luke Lusky with the bases empty and 2 outs. This is tied for the most amount of runs he's given up in an appearance all season. First pitch misses upstairs. He last gave up 4 runs against Dallas Baptist in 4 innings. And again, the wind is not doing any pitchers any favors out here today. 1-0, a little bit low and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Lusky 1 for 1 with a single. He was also hit by a pitch. Teal's 2-0 on the way. The check swing, it's called a strike anyway. That home run from Graw is the 3rd home run combined between these two teams, as there's a righty up and warming in the bullpen for Oral Roberts. Looks like Maddox Thornton. 2-1, misses low. 3 balls and a strike. And I wonder how soon we will see Maddox Thornton come out of the pen if it does end up being him. Teal's thrown 75 pitches already. And again, he's already been looked at by Evan Roche, the athletic trainer. 3-1, catches the bottom half. Make it 3 balls and 2 strikes. Teal trying to get out of this inning. He looks in and the payoff. Chopper foul left side. We'll try it again. Teal ready. He's got his sign and the payoff pitch once more. Ground ball left side. Diving stop at shortstop deep in the hole. Ellis, long throw, but it's well offline, and it drags Kelly all the way to the wall, as that's where the throw ends up, and a free 90 feet for Luke Lusky. A rare error committed by this ORU defense, the 20th of the season. And the inning continues. This has just been a very, very uncharacteristic game. And I don't know if it's the elements having to do with it. I'm sure it's a big contributing factor, as Nate Watcher steps in with a runner on second now and 2 outs. Oh, are you still leading 7-4? But the Jackrabbits threatening, and we've got a long way to go. First pitch curls in for a strike. They give Lusky credit for an infield single, and then he goes to second on the error. 0-1. Swing and a miss. It'll go on as a throwing error on Hudson Ellis, which is his 7th error of the season. He made a nice diving stop, but he was well deep in the hole, and even if the throw is accurate, I doubt he gets him in time. Teal quickly ahead of the count, 0-2, and he fires home. And when in the air, left center field, Tanaka battling the sun, and he makes the catch, inning over. So Easton Teal able to get out of it, but more damage done, this time from Nolan Graw. His 3rd home run of the season, a 2-run home run. And it's back to a 3-run lead. ORU leads at 7-4 over South Dakota State. Don't go anywhere. This is Golden Eagle Baseball right here on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of four with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit.
Basketball season is here, so let racers make sure you're on the ball for entertaining. Make it easy with our ready-to-grill items, like our jalapeno poppers and kebabs. We have fan favorites, like our sandwich, themed cakes and cupcakes in the bakery.
Top of the 5th we go from Brookings, South Dakota, and Oral Roberts leading the Jackrabbits 7-4 in the series opener. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. And the first pitch to Martell Davis is fouled back over the netting. Well, the Golden Eagles have scored in all 4 innings here in the early going, 3 in the first, 2 in the second, and then 1 in the third and fourth. The South Dakota State's offense has really started to jumpstart. They've scored twice in back-to-back innings to make it 7-4. The 0-1 pitch, that one lifted deep into the outfield. It looks like left center as Davis around first. And one of the catches made by the center fielder for the Jackrabbits in Robalewski. The first time Martell Davis has been retired, and that brings up Cooper Kelly, 1 for 2 with a 3-run home run and a strikeout. Steps in with 1 out and the base is empty, and he takes the ball well outside. First home run of the year for Kelly in that first inning. The 1-0 pitch, a ground ball, and that one chops right over the head of Work. He had to leap. That took a monster bounce off the turf. And a single for Cooper Kelly, who's 2 for 3 today. And a 1-out base runner for the Golden Eagles. And that'll bring up Cooper Combs. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Behind the Mic on the ORU Sports Network, and thanks for bearing with us, too. We're doing these games remotely this weekend. We're trying this for the first time, and, well, the main reason is we don't have space in the press box, so that's why this will not be a common thing. First pitch on the way to Combs is a little bit upstairs for ball 1. Combs 1 for 2 with a double. We'll be back on the road when ORU goes up to St. Thomas in a couple of weekends. A throwback over to first to check on Kelly. He's back in safely. This is 1 of 3 games going on in the Summit League here today. All 6 teams in action against each other. Another throwback over to first base as Kelly slides in safely. Northern Colorado visiting St. Thomas, bottom of the first inning, and the Bears off to a nice start. They're up 2-0 over the Tommies. And then Omaha and North Dakota State is already final up in Fargo. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Combs takes a strike at the bottom half. The Bison win that one 10-5 over the Mavs. They out-hit them 14-7. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cooper Combs, and it misses low for a ball. I believe, and I will fact check this, but I believe that is the first home game that NDSU has played this year, and it is, because all the other ones have been postponed or canceled. ORU knows a thing or two about that. Here's the 2-1. This is low and outside, 3 balls and a strike to Cooper Combs. One on and 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning, and both Coopers trying to reach here. Throw back over to check on Kelly at first base, and he's back with a head first dive. Another question that we may get the answer to In the bottom half of this inning, as we saw Maddox Thornton up and warming, how much leeway does Easton Teal get as we go into the fifth inning? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. The 3-1 in there for a called strike. Breaking ball that dropped in. Another throwback over to check on Kelly. He's back in with a head first dive. Oh, are you not a big base stealing team as was highlighted all season long? They're last in the conference with 18 stolen bases on 20 attempts. Payoff pitch on the way to Combs. Sends a ground ball over to Jersley at shortstop. Throws to second one. Throw to first is in time by a step. Combs was convinced he was safe, but they call him out and they're not going to look at it. In a double play, or 6-4-3 double play ends the inning. It's the second one of the day for the Jackrabbit defense, 20th of the year, and we are halfway home from Brookings. ORU in front of the Jackrabbits, 7-4. This is Golden Eagle Baseball on the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today. WAC.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Go to the bottom of the fifth inning from Brookings, South Dakota, and ORU with a 7-4 lead over the Jackrabbits in the series opener. Need a home run for your next event? Marriott Tulsa Southern Hills and the Ruffin Event Center have been teammates since day one. With 100,000 square feet of combined space, we've always been the city's double play for any occasion. Call 918-493-7000 to secure your dates at Marriott Tulsa Southern Hills today. Well, we do get the answer to the question we posed in the top 10, and it is Easton Teal back out on the ball for inning number 5 of 4. He has given up 4 runs in the last 2 innings, including a home run and 3 walks, which has been very uncharacteristic for him as he faces off against the 5-hole hitter Dayton Franke to begin the frame. First pitch on the way is a little bit upstairs. It's Franke followed by Nick Work and Luke Jones. But the main reason why we posed that question is because he was looked at by athletic trainer Evan Roche in the 3rd inning, but he waved him off rather quickly. Here's the 1-0, and Franke lifts it out into center field, playable for Tanaka over to his right, and he makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down here in the 5th. Franke down for the 3rd time, all 3 on flyouts. And here's Nick Work, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. Trying to restore order, if you will, here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Put up zeros in the 1st and 2nd, but has run into trouble lately. First pitch on the way is a nice breaking ball over the outside part of the plate for a called strike. Work now with hits in 3 straight. Oh, 1 pitch on the way from Teal. Tried a similar pitch, but misses low and outside. Making it 1 ball and 1 strike. Talked with Ryan Fulmer during the week on the ORU Baseball Coaches Show and talked about how the offense is starting to get rolling and the defense has been so good all season long. 1-1 on the way from Easton Teal. Big swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Teal looking for back-to-back outs here. The 1-2 going outside. He's also looking for just a 2nd strikeout. You got Luke Robalewski looking to begin the bottom half of the 1st inning, but after that, it's been nothing for Easton Teal. And the 2-2. Same spot. Try to get her to chase low and outside, and Teal kind of shakes his head in disgust a little bit. Right-hander up and warming for the Jackrabbits. It's Dylan Richardson. Payoff pitch. That one popped up foul ground right side. Is it playable for Connor Yates? No, it is not. We'll try it again. Richardson, the junior out of Vancouver, Washington. Not British Columbia, Vancouver, Washington. Teal with another payoff pitch. He is set to the midsection and fires. In there, called strike three. Beautiful pitch on the outside part of the plate. And he gets Nick Work looking. Both strikeouts for Teal of the looking variety. 2 up, 2 down here in the 5th inning. That brings up Luke Jones. Bases empty and 2 gone. Teal looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the afternoon. Jones 1 for 2 with a single in the second. First pitch misses low and outside, a breaking ball. He flew out to right field in the 3rd inning, and that ended that 3rd inning. 1-0. A 3/4 swing and miss at a ball inside. Kind of fooled him there. ORU put up their first 0 offensively of the game, 1-1. That one misses upstairs. Can Easton Teal follow suit by putting up his 3rd 0 of the game? Two 2-1. Catches the outside part of the plate. Nice pitch there. Evens up the count at 2 apiece. Chance for Teal to put this inning away and maybe another strikeout here. He fires the 2-2, a check swing. They appeal over to first. He did not go around, and the count is full. Teddy Dutcher said no. And we'll have another opportunity here, though. Teal with a deep breath, fires in the payoff pitch just outside ball 4, and that is his 4th walk given up, which is a new season high. He walked 3 against Dallas Baptist, same outing that he gave up 4 runs in. Walks for Easton Teal. And I'll walk in that situation. You don't really bat an eye at it. It was a good battle from start to finish for both parties, but he does have 2 4-pitch walks here today, and those are the ones that you're really going to focus on a little bit more. As here is Carter Taylor, one of those guys with a 4-pitch walk, and he takes the ball low and outside to begin his at-bats. Laid down a sac bunt in the 2nd inning. So he officially has not registered in AB this afternoon. 1-0 on the way from Teal. That one a liner into center field. Tanaka doesn't even have to move, and he makes the catch. Inning over. Good contact from Taylor, but it's right at the Golden Eagle center fielder Makani Tanaka, and Easton Teal able to work around a 2-out walk. We go to the 6th inning. ORU still in front 7-4 over South Dakota State. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Golden Eagle Baseball right here on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in
We're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
Go to the sixth inning, and ORU leading 7-4 over South Dakota State in Brookings, South Dakota. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network, and the Jackrabbits dip into the bullpen for the first time here this afternoon. They hand the ball off to Dylan Richardson, a right-hander. In 10 appearances, no starts, a 0-0 record with a 12.15 ERA. He's pitched 13 1/3 innings, has given up 23 hits, 18 runs, all of them earned, 10 walks, and 14 strikeouts. So Richardson takes over for Sam Schlecht, who, for him, struggled today. As Owen Coyle leads things off for Oral Roberts, but Schlecht with just 5 innings, 9 hits, 7 runs, 4 of them earned, no walks, and 3 Ks. First pitch on the way to Owen Coyle, and it's in there for a called strike. Dylan Richardson has quite the interesting release. It's very old school, and when I say old school, it kind of reminds you of like literally the 1930s, the way he throws the baseball. A 1 pitch on the way to Owen Coyle, swinging a miss over the top, makes it 0-2, but he comes out of his wind and he throws his throwing arm essentially straight up in the air and kind of pauses on 1 foot, balancing on his back foot before he pushes off the rubber. It is a very interesting delivery. His 0-2 on the way to Coyle, misses high and outside. But I will give him the fact that his interesting delivery does throw off the timing of a lot of hitters. ORU did see him on the 15th of March at third place. He only lasted 2/3 of an inning, gave up 1 hit, 4 runs, and only struck out 1 batter. 1-2. And Coyle, did he check his swing? Yes, he did. He takes the ball inside of the belt. And that outing against ORU was the second most amount of runs he gave up in one outing. He gave up 5 runs in an inning and 2/3 at Incarnate Word on February 17th. 2-2 on the way to Owen Coyle. Breaking ball, swung through and missed for strike 3. So Richardson with a punch out to begin his outing. Maddox Thornton is back up and throwing for Oral Roberts in the pen. Maybe we will see him in the bottom half of this inning. Maybe not. So here's Keaton Campbell. Technically 0 for 2. He reached on an error, but came around to score, and then he struck out. First pitch on the way to Campbell. Takes the ball inside. We mentioned Richardson, a native of Vancouver, Washington. He's a junior. 1-0. In there for a called strike. He started his career at Edmonds College, where he pitched 2 seasons. Had a record of 3-2 with 17 appearances and 9 starts across 2 years there. Edmonds College is in his home state of Washington. Here's the 1-1. Check swing, but it's called a strike anyway. He struck out 50 and walked 28 in 56 innings. He made 8 starts last year. The 1-2 misses low in the dirt as Campbell doesn't even take the bat off of his shoulders. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the final fun fact about Dylan Richardson, he's majoring in psychology. 2-2 on the way. Campbell skies it. Left side of the infield. It's Graw at third base battling the wind over to his left, and he makes the catch. He went a good 10, 15 feet over to his left after he called everybody off, but he's able to make the play. 2 up, 2 down here in the 6th inning. And that was Ellis. Ellis was hit by a pitch in the 2nd, came around to score. He struck out to lead off the 4th inning. First pitch on the way from Richardson. Runs inside for a ball. The 1-0. Inside of the belt, 2 balls and no strikes. Base is empty, 2 gone here in the top of the 6th inning. ORU leading 7-4 over South Dakota State, series opener in the 2nd meeting between these two. The 2-0. Just barely catches the bottom half of the zone, makes it 2 balls and a strike. The wind has stayed solid in Brookings. The 2-1. Runs inside of the belt. Here's the wild thing, and I promise I'll stop talking about the weather after this. But on my phone, it says it is 49 degrees in Brookings. It feels like 29. The 3-1 off the handle of the bats. Skies it over to shortstop. Jerschley makes the catch on the run to his left, and the inning is over. And for the first time this afternoon, the ORU offense goes in order. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Golden Eagles still in front by 3. It's Oral Roberts 7 and South Dakota State 4. When we return, don't go anywhere. This is the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning in Brookings, South Dakota, and Oral Roberts does go to the bullpen for the first time as Maddox Thornton takes over for Easton Teal as he takes over with a 7-4 lead here in the series opener. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. Final line for Easton Teal, and still gets the job done, but not a very Easton Teal stat line if you ask anybody in that clubhouse or if you ask Easton himself, but gives up 7 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, walks 4 batters, strikes out 2 in 5 innings. But all in all, again, that has gotten the job done thus far. ORU with a 3-run advantage. And now Maddox Thornton takes over for the Golden Eagle ace. Thornton has been pretty good out of the bullpen this year. 14 appearances, all out of the bullpen. A record of 1-1 with a 5.96 ERA. He has 25 and 2/3 innings, has given up 28 hits, 19 runs, 17 of those earned, 7 walks, 17 Ks, an opponent average of 275 as Keegan Jerschley leads things up out of the 9-hole for the Jackrabbits. Righty-on-righty matchup, but the first pitch on the way from Thornton runs inside for a ball. Last time we saw Maddox was on Tuesday. Threw 2 innings against Central Arkansas, gave up 2 hits, 1 run. That run earned no walks and 3 Ks for him. A 1-0 pitch. Runs inside again. 2 balls, no strikes to Keegan Jerschley, who is 0 for 2. Pair of pop-outs to the shortstop, Hudson Ellis, here today. Oral Roberts went in order for the first time all afternoon in the top half. A 2-0. Chopper back at Thornton. It's over his glove. Davis charging at second, but his throw is late, and it's an infield single for Keegan Jerschley. Looks like Thornton may have had a chance to grab that, but the leap not high enough. And Davis on the charge. His throw a little bit late, and Jerschley able to. So here's Luke Robolewski. Top of the order coming through here. It's the 7th hit of the ball game for South Dakota State. He shows bunt, and he gets it down, but foul. Again, do not be surprised. Top 50 team in the country in sacrifice bunts. And if ORU can get him to 2 strikes and induce a ground ball, of course, double play territory here. Not turned 1 today. 0-1. In there for a called strike. 0-2. That time, no bunt shown from Robolewski. He's 0 for 2 officially today. He did walk on 4 pitches in the 3rd and came around to score. Thornton ready, and the 0-2 pitch well outside, trying to get into the chase. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thornton set of the midsection. And the 1-2. So we get a foul tip to the backstop, and we will try it again. All but one Jackrabbit has reached here today, and the one being Dayton Franke. He's 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts. It's been that kind of game, really, for both teams. Thornton's 1-2 again. Just outside. Nearly caught the corner, but instead it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thornton looking for the first out of the inning after letting the leadoff man reach the 2-2 in the dirt, and Connie Yates able to scoop it up. You're just joining us. ORU scored at each of the first 4 innings. 3 runs in the first, 2 in the second, one in the third and the fourth, and then they went scoreless in the 5th and the 6th. They went in order for the first time in the 6th inning. Payoff pitch on the way from Thornton, and that one fouled back to the right. On the Jackrabbits side, they've scored twice in the 3rd and twice in the 4th. And the least amount of batters they have sent to the plate came in the 5th inning, when they only sent 4. They got a 2-out walk from Luke Jones, but other than that, it was fly-out, strikeout, line-out. Another payoff pitch, and that one a foul tip off the side of Robalewski. It hit the handle of his bat, and then it went right off of, it looks like maybe his thigh, as he is up and trying to limp it off left side of the batter circle as home plate umpire Jonathan Fye walks a new baseball out to Maddox Thornton. Give him some time to recover from that one. Mentioned earlier, it feels like 29 degrees there, so I'm sure that didn't feel great. It doesn't feel great when it's warm out, so I can't imagine what it feels like when it's not cold out. Thornton trying to put away Luke Robalewski. Another payoff and a ground ball right side of the infield. At first base, they throw to second. They do not get him there. But they do get the out at first. So Jerschley advances on the 3 unassisted. And here comes Nolan Graw with a runner on second and only 1 out. Golden Eagles trying to go for the 3-6 double play. First pitch in there for a called strike. ORU did get a 3-6 double play on Tuesday in the first inning against Central Arkansas. It was executed to perfection. 0-1. That one fouled down the left field line. That'll get into the bullpen, it looks like, and running out of room there, Keaton Campbell sprinting over from third base. Graw 1 for 2 today, a 2-run home run. He has also walked and scored. The home run was Graw's 30th. He's now the team leader in RBIs with 32 of them. But he's down 0-2 in the count here. This would be a big strikeout if Thornton could get it. The pitch home. That one lifted same spot, but this time in fair territory. Sprinting in Combs from left field. He makes the catch. 2 gone. Graw retired for the second time, and that brings up Luke Lusky, who is yet to be retired, at least at the plate. He was thrown out at third in the 3rd inning, but he is 2 for 2, an infield single, your traditional single, and he was also hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. Runner on second, 2 gone here in the bottom of the 6th inning. ORU leading 7-4. First pitch misses low from Maddox Thornton. Wind continues to whip out to right field, and it's a chain link fence, the outfield fence in Brookings, and it's covered with a blue tarp, and you can even see the tarp moving in the wind. 1-0, that's a chopper over to third base. Campbell charges, throws across into top of the inning, is over. Very nice work from Maddox Thornton. He works around a leadoff infield single. He retires the next three batters he faces. And we go to the seventh. ORU still in front of South Dakota State, 7-4. We'll be back in a moment. This is Golden Eagle Baseball right here on the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of four with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our four locations to experience the power of four for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit.
Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering options. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs, and don't miss out on our daily food and drink specials each week. With two convenient locations at Broken Arrows, Tiger Hill Plaza, and 71st and Yale. Waldo's Chicken, the best fried chicken in Oklahoma.
We go to the seventh from Brookings, South Dakota, and Oral Roberts leading 7-4 over the Jackrabbits. There are a few things you can live without, like your morning coffee and wireless internet, but there's one thing you can never live without, and that is blood. Your donation can save up to 3 lives, so what are you waiting for? Sign up to give blood today at obi.org. Will Edmondson leading off the inning for the Golden Eagles against Dylan Richardson, and the first pitch on the way to Edmondson misses low and inside. ORU went in order for the first time all afternoon in the sixth. It was a strikeout and then a pair of pop-outs to the left side of the infield for the bottom three in the order. Edmondson having a good day, though. The 1-0 right down the pipe for strike one. He's 2 for 3 with a single and a double. 2 runs driven in on that double in the second inning. 8-game hit streak now for Will Edmondson, and he had 3 hits on Tuesday. 1-1 on the way from Richardson, a breaking ball. It looked like that one was called a ball. We had a little bit of a buffer here. Again, we're doing the game remotely. Yes, it was called a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Pitch home from Richardson, and that one in the air off the bat of Edmondson, left center, and it's the center fielder Robalewski fighting the wind and making the catch back into his left. 1 up, 1 down to start off the seventh. That brings up Makani Tanaka, 1 for 3 with a solo home run in the fourth. Last time that ORU scored in this ball game. It's now 5 Golden Eagles down in order. First pitch to Tanaka, he fouls it the other way down that left field line. So 0-1 to Makani. He now has hits in 8 of his last 9. 4 of those games were multi-hit performances. Real chance to make that the case here again. 0-1. That one slap fouled the other way yet again. This time a little bit closer to the line, but still not straightened out enough. Quickly 0-2. Tanaka enters the day 9th in average. He's 3rd in the conference in slug at .537. Having a great season. The 0-2. Since that one in the air, right center field, well hit. Robalewski over as well as Watcher. He's at the wall. He leaps, and it's gone. Second home run of the day for Makani Tanaka. We just talked about the bat. He's been swinging. He shows it off right there, and ORU is up 4. It's 8-4 in the 7th. A multi-homer game for the first time this season for a Golden Eagle. It belongs to Makani Tanaka. His 7th home run of the year, and ORU doubling up South Dakota State here on the road. That brings up Vailele Kani. 8 bases empty and 1 out. First pitch misses high and tight. We mentioned home run number 7, RBI number 27 for Makani Tanaka. He leads the team in both categories. Pitch home, Connie Yates with hard contact out in the left field. That'll drop for a base hit in front of Taylor. The back-to-back hits for the Golden Eagles. And also, by the way, we should mention this, Makani Tanaka's home run is the first time that the Golden Eagles have hit 3 home runs in a single game this year. That hit is Connie Yates' second of the ball game. And here comes Martell Davis, who's 2 for 3. A couple of singles, one on a bunt. And he has scored 2 runs. First pitch to him, and he sends it out into left field, right center rather, and racing in. Robalewski makes the catch on the slide. Connie Yates didn't tag up the throw, over to first is offline, so he's back in safely. Very nice play, though, made by Robalewski in center. And that brings up Cooper Kelly with a runner on first and 2 outs. Kelly 2 for 3, a 3-run home run and a single. His single came in the 5th inning. That was his last time up. ORU leading 8-4 in the top of the 7th. First pitch, and Kelly lifts it foul back into our left. Now, ORU, when leading after 6, they are 16-1 this year. If they are leading after 7, they are 14-0. Could likely be the case here this afternoon. 0-1 on the way to Kelly. Drops in there for a called strike. Nothing in 2. When ORU has the lead late, history says it is very beneficial. 0-2 on the way to Kelly. This is low and outside. Connie Yates on first with 2 outs. Makani Tanaka with his second home run of the game moments ago. And the 1-2. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him on the outside. And Kelly down on strikes for the second time this afternoon. But ORU back on the scoreboard. Makani Tanaka, his second home run of the ballgame, makes it Oral Roberts 8 and South Dakota State 4. And it's time to stretch from Brookings. We'll be back in a moment on the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today. WAC.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
The bottom of the 7th we go, and Oral Roberts in control in Game 1 of this weekend series. They lead it 8-4 over the South Dakota State Jackrabbits, thanks to Makani Tanaka's second home run of the ballgame, the first multi-home run effort from a Golden Eagle this season. TTCU Federal Credit Union is proud to be the exclusive credit union partner of Oral Roberts University. Founded by teachers in 1934, TTCU serves more than 150,000 members with 20 branch locations. Go to the ORU School Pride Visa debit code and get one today and support the Golden Eagles. Visit ttcu.com/ORU for details. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. Maddox Thornton back to work as he faces off against Nate Watcher, who shows a bunt, pulls it back, and he takes a strike anyway. For strike 1. Maddox Thornton gave up an infield single to lead off the 6th. He retired the next 3 he saw to put up a 0. 4th 0 put up by the Jackrabbit offense. 0-1. That one slapped out into right center field. Well hit. Edmondson is there, and he makes the catch just shy of the warning track. 1 up, 1 down in the 7th. And here's Dayton Franke 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts. And again, as we said all afternoon long, that's the type of outs that Dayton Franke will produce. A guy who puts the ball in the air a ton. And just a matter of if he hits it far enough or into enough green grass or not. But he has not done so here this afternoon. First pitch to him, misses low and inside at the feet. The Golden Eagles have scored in 5 of 7 innings this afternoon. It's been fun to watch. 1-0 off the end of the bat of Franke into shallow left field, and adjusting Ellis. He makes a diving catch in the outfield grass. It looked like it was going to be more shallow than that, but Ellis went a little bit too far deep, and then he had to come back in, and he made the diving catch diving towards home plate, and there's going to be a discussion here. It was immediate from the South Dakota State dugout. You could hear the chatter that they wanted the umpiring crew to come together. Then Rob Bishop comes out of the dugout asking, hey, can we take a look at that? And right now it stands as a really nice catch from Hudson Ellis. Again, he went back a little bit too far initially, and then he had to come in and dive, and he made the catch. It's like for a moment it may drop in between him and Cooper Combs. And Hudson Ellis has got his palms in the air saying, hey, why are we even looking at this? And they're going to call him out. So Hudson Ellis makes a really nice play. Retired Nick Franke for the 4th time. 2 up, 2 down here in the 7th. And here is Nick Warwick, 1 for 3 with a single in the 3rd. He has grounded out, and he has struck out looking. Bases empty and 2 gone. 8-4 Golden Eagles in front. First pitch on the way from Thornton, right down the pipe. I wouldn't be surprised if they asked Maddox Thornton to take this game to the 9th and then hand it off from there. Just by the way, he is pitching right now. 0-1. Off the end of the bat, slow roller over to Hudson Ellis at shortstop. Throws across in time, and the inning is over. And for the first time this afternoon, the Jackrabbit offense goes down 1-2-3. We go to the 8th. Oral Roberts in control in game 1. They lead South Dakota State 8-4. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Golden Eagle Baseball right here on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super for just $48,990, or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself, or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
We go to the 8th inning, and Oral Roberts in front 8-4 over the South Dakota State Jackrabbits in game 1 of this weekend series. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. And the Jackrabbits have gone back to the bullpen as it is the right-hander Ty Madison taking over for Dylan Richardson. Third arm used by the Jackrabbits this afternoon. Dylan Richardson exits after 2 innings of work. He gives up the home run, but that would be the only run that he would surrender. It was the second home run of the game for Makani Tanaka, but his final line in total goes 2 innings, gives up the 2 hits, 1 run, walks, and he strikes out 2 batters. Cooper Combs faces off against Ty Madison. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Golden Eagles here in the 8th inning. Connor Clark here on the ORU Sports Network. Madison 0-5 with an 8.24 ERA in 11 appearances, 6 starts in 31 2/3 innings. First pitch on the way to Combs. In there for a called strike, lower left-hand corner. He's given up 47 hits, 29 runs, all of them earned. 7 walks, 22 Ks, an opponent average of 348. A lot of contact given up. 0-1 and a 3/4 swing and miss at a ball in the dirt from Combs. He's down 0-2. Madison, a senior out of Omaha, Nebraska. Saw Oral Roberts twice in the first series between these two. The 0-2 pitch on the way to Cooper Combs, and he looks at a ball in the dirt. The first outing came on the 13th, which was that Friday night game. He threw 2 1/3, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs. Both of them earned 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Then on Sunday, only threw a third of an inning, but gave up 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and no Ks for him. 1-2. Combs hits it the other way on the ground, and he pokes it through into right field for a leadoff single in the 8th. Second hit of the day for Cooper Combs. He's 2 for 4, and that brings up Owen Coyle with a runner on first and nobody out. The last outing for Ty Madison, he threw an inning and 2/3 against St. Thomas in that doubleheader last Saturday. He gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, all of them earned. No walks and a strikeout. Last year, he led the Jacks in 22 appearances and was the opening day starter against Pacific. He only made 1 more start, though, and then he moved over to the bullpen full time. This season, obviously, he's made 4 more starts, 6 in total. And we have got Nate Nichols pinch hitting for Owen Coyle. And the first pitch he sees is a foul tip off the end of the bat, back into the left, 0-1. So Nate Nichols getting an opportunity here in the 8th inning with his team up 8-4. Seen Nate in the lineup a few times this season. This is his 16th appearance. He has started 7 games, batting .154. 0-1 pitch to him. Drops below the zone, and it gets away from the catcher, Jones, but not far enough for Combs to advance. Nichols, no home runs, 2 RBIs, 5 walks, 5 Ks. Last time we saw him in action, came in as a pinch hitter on Tuesday against Central Arkansas. His last start, though, you got to go all the way back to March 20th against St. Thomas. He went 0 for 2. 1-1 pitch to him. Below the zone for a ball. Good take there from Nichols. The junior out of Queen Creek, Arizona. And, of course, went to our favorite college name before ORU, Yavapai College, if you've been following along. Got to mention Yavapai College every time he's in the box. 2-1. Misses below. 3 balls and a strike. Cooper Combs on first after a leadoff single against Ty Madison, who peeks over at him before coming set. And the 3-1. Breaking ball, a rainbow curveball that drops in. And fills up the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Madison ready, and he'll throw back over to first to check on Combs. Back in with a head first dive. Well, game 2 of this series will kick off tomorrow at 2 p.m. first pitch time, and we'll have it for you from start to finish right here on the ORU Sports Network. We will see Nathan Love take the bump for Oral Roberts. Pitch home, payoff pitch, a swing and a miss for strike 3 there as Nichols down on strikes. First out of the 8th inning. First strikeout for Madison. That'll bring up Keith Campbell. Sam Novotny, the right-hander, will go for South Dakota State. Numbers for Love, 2-1 with a 3.92 ERA in 39 innings. Novotny, 0-1 with a 5.15 ERA in 43 2/3. First pitch, and Campbell shows bunt. He takes it back, and he takes a ball over the outside part of the plate. Nathan Love coming off of arguably his best outing of the season through 6 innings against Omaha on Saturday in that 13-1 win. It went 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. First quality start of the year. 1-0 drops in against Campbell. Looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 3. Reached on an error in the second. Came around to score. Another throwback to check on Combs. He's back without a tag, but a head first dive just for safety. But it'll be good to see Nathan Love back in action tomorrow. Another throwback over to Combs. Almost caught him leaning there. He just got back out into his lead. Franke had the ball trickle by him a couple feet behind him. So Combs stays put, but an aggressive pursuit on Cooper Combs. at first base. He gets looked at again by Madison. Maybe a little bit of a cat and mouse game going on between these two. Here's the 1-1 home, and it skips away from the catcher Jones. Combs will take off for second without a throw. He gets there standing up. So after all of the throws back to first base to keep Combs there, it is a pass ball that gets him over to second. He's probably like, getting the last laugh in that battle. A runner in scoring position with only one out here in the 8th inning. Oh, are you looking for some more insurance? Up 8-4. 2-1 on the way to Campbell. Sends a ground ball left side of the infield. Jerschley fumbles it on the backhand at shortstop. He's got no play. So Campbell will reach. That'll likely go down as an error. It will be the second time that Campbell will reach on an error. As Jerschley was deep in the hole. It was going to be a tough play regardless, but he went for the backhand about chest high and popped out of his glove. That brings up Hudson Ellis. Does go down as an error. First pitch to Ellis in there for a called strike. So Campbell has reached on 2 errors here today. Pitch home. That one swung on. Ground ball over to third base. Stepping on the bag. Graw at third. He throws across in time. Impressive double play there. They go 5-3, corner to corner. And the inning is over. The top of the 8th comes to a close. ORU threatens, but they get nothing. And we go to the bottom half. It's the Golden Eagles 8 and the Jackrabbits 4 when we come back. This is the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today. WAC.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
The bottom of the 8th we go from Brookings, South Dakota. Oral Roberts on top, 8-4 over the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. Maddox Thornton back out to work after a 1-2-3 7th. So he goes back out for inning number 3. And, well, ORU, when winning after 7, they are a perfect 14-0. If they can take the lead into the 9th, they are a perfect 16-0 when leading after 8. And Thornton will face off against the bottom 3 in the lineup. Luke Jones, Carter Taylor, and Keegan Jerschley. He gave up an infield single to Jerschley to begin his outing. He has retired the next 6. First pitch on the way from Thornton. In there for a called strike. Jones 1 for 2 with a single and a flyout. He has also walked in the 5th inning. Golden Eagles looking for win number 21 this year. Conference win number 12. 0-1. Breaking ball a little bit outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. And we got a 5-game lead for first over Omaha, who did lose today. So make it 5.5 right now. 1-1. Swing and a miss. And if you're South Dakota State, too, you're talking about seeding. I mean, if they did end up winning here today, they would be tied for second. But, again, ORU with a 4-run lead, and Thornton has really settled in. So, hopefully, the Golden Eagles can hold on here today. 1-2. Misses low and outside. Last year, South Dakota State was the 4 seed in the tournament. ORU was the 1 seed, but, of course, no St. Thomas because they weren't eligible for postseason. That will change this year. St. Thomas will be in the tournament. 2-2. In there, called strike three. A breaking ball in the top half of the zone. He completely froze Jones. First strikeout for Thornton here this afternoon is the first out in the 8th inning. So here comes Carter Taylor. Now, we say St. Thomas will be eligible for the postseason. They're not having a great year, just 6-24 heading into today's game. First pitch. That one misses outside. (1-0) in there for a called strike. So St. Thomas could end up missing the Summit League tournament altogether if it keeps up now. There's still a lot of Summit League baseball to be played. They are winning 4-2 in the bottom of the 4th at Northern Colorado right now. 1-1 bounces away from the catcher. Connie Yates makes it 2 balls and a strike. And remember, only the top 4 teams in the Summit make the conference tournament, and then you go into essentially your double elimination, how the regional in the NCAA tournament works. You have to lose twice in order to get eliminated, and that even goes for the championship game. The 2-1, that one fouled off the end of the bat to the backstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We saw that with Oral Robertson and North Dakota State last year. ORU had already lost once heading into the championship game, and they end up winning the first meeting. A tight one. Dalton Patton put together a phenomenal pitching performance out of the bullpen. Or actually, he started that game, I beg your pardon. A guy normally comes out of the bullpen. 2-2, and that one fouled back into the rights. So they forced the quote-unquote if necessary game, and then unfortunately ended up losing to the Bison, who would go on to play in the Fayetteville Regional. But it's exactly how a regional would work. So honestly, it's pretty good practice for what the NCAA tournament would look like. Here's the 2-2 again. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts from Maddox Thornton. And he has retired 8 in a row after leading off his outing with an infield single. 2 gone here in the 8th. Here is Keegan Jerschley. 1 for 3 with an infield single most recently in the 6th. He has also popped out to Hudson Ellis at shortstop a pair of times. First pitch to him, he rolls it over foul third base side. 0-1. And Jerschley is the lone jackrabbit that owns a hit against Maddox Thornton. He had that infield single, as we just mentioned, to lead off Thornton's outing out of the bullpen. He's been really, really good here today. 0-1. That one's a soft roller past Thornton. He tried to barehand it, backhand stop. Davis Jeter throw over to first base, but it is just late. That would have been ridiculous. Davis ranging to his right. He goes backhand behind the second base bag, and he does the Jeter jump throw over to first. He comes up empty. Another infield single for Jerschley against Maddox Thornton to keep the inning going. And here is Luke Robalewski. He's 0 for 3 with a 4-pitch walk and a run scored in the third. First pitch from Thornton. Ground ball left side of the infield. It's Keaton Campbell at third base. Throws across in time. And just like that, the inning comes to a close. So 1 extra pitch for Maddox Thornton to close out the 8th inning. It's right around that 2-out infield single. And we head to the 9th. Oral Roberts with a 4-run lead over the Jackrabbits. It's the Golden Eagles 8 and the Jacks 4 when we come back on the ORU Sports Network.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit.
Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering options. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs, and don't miss out on our daily food and drink specials each week. With 2 convenient locations at Broken Arrows, Tiger Hill Plaza, and 71st and Yale. Waldo's Chicken, the best fried Fried Chicken in Oklahoma.
Life comes at you fast. Whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial, sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Top of the order coming through for Oral Roberts in the ninth inning. They lead at 8-4 over South Dakota State. Will Edmondson will start things off against Ty Madison. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. And a first pitch, a little bit upstairs to Edmondson. 1 ball and no strikes. Edmondson 2 for 4, a single and a 2-run double in the second inning. Good day for him. Extend that hit streak to 8 straight. 1-0. That went off the end of the bat. Out to right center field. Charging is Robalewski, and he makes the catch in right center. 1 up, 1 down here in the ninth. So Edmondson retired for the third time. That brings up Makani Tanaka. 2 for 4 with 2 solo homers. First Golden Eagle to have a multi-home run game this season, and the 2 homers have come in his last 2 at-bats. Steps in with the bases empty and 1 gone in the top of the ninth. First pitch on the way from Ty Madison. Well upstairs for ball 1. Well, we mentioned it last inning. ORU, when taking a lead into the ninth, are a perfect 16-0 this year. 1-0. A swing and a foul tip from Tanaka sends it chopping back to the backstop. And it's amazing how much of a difference it is. When ORU is leading after 8, they're 16-0. When th're trailing, they're 0-9. When they're tied, they're 2-3. 1-1. That one misses well outside. It pops out of the glove of Jones, who goes retrieve it. So it's really kind of extremism, I guess, for lack of a better term, when you talk about the Golden Eagles after 8 innings. When they're winning, they're going to win, most likely. If they're losing, they're going to lose. If they're tied, well, it's a coin flip. 2-1, a big swing and a miss. Evens up the count at 2. ORU is also 3-1 this year when they hit 2 or more homers. They have done so today. First time they've hit 3 in a game as a team. The 2-2 home, a check swing from Tanaka. He holds up, though, at a ball in the dirt. And the count is full 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's a niche stat for you, too. When the opponent has made 2 or more errors, ORU is 6-2. The Jacks have committed 2 errors here today. The payoff pitch, and Tanaka swings through it for strike 3. Went upstairs, and Tanaka followed. Second strikeout for Madison in relief, and there are 2 gone in the ninth. So here comes Vailele Connie Yates, 2 for 4 with a pair of singles and a run scored. Bases empty, 2 gone. In the top of the ninth inning, Golden Eagles on top 8-4. First pitch to him, and he grounds it over to third base. Graw with a chest high, throws across in time. Inning over just like that. The Golden Eagles go in order for just the second time this afternoon. And we head to the bottom of the ninth inning. The Golden Eagles are 3 outs away from a series opening victory. I'll tell you all about the 3 coming up for South Dakota State when we come back. 8-4 Golden Eagles on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast. Whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial, sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
The bottom of the ninth we go from Brookings, South Dakota. Oral Roberts with an 8-4 lead over the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. And Maddox Thornton is left out there, and he's going to try and go for the save as he faces off against 2, 3, and 4 in the Jackrabbit lineup. Nolan Grant, Luke Lusky, and Nate Watcher. So if you're a Jacks fan, of course, that's the three you want coming through. But Maddox Thornton has looked really good in 3 innings in relief. The Golden Eagles looking for win number 21, conference win at number 12. So far, Maddox Thornton has only given up 2 hits, and he has struck out 2 batters in 3 innings of work, and both of those hits are infield singles. So Nolan Graw leads things off. Thornton does have 2 saves this year. First pitch on the way to Graw, a little bit outside for ball 1. He's 1 for 3 with a 2-run home run in the 4th inning. That's the last time the Jackrabbits have scored. He also walked and scored in the 3rd. 1-0. That one, a chopper foul. First base side, even up the count at 1 apiece. ORU's pitching staff has 10 saves this year, and they are paced by Jack Hill's 4. And Hill actually picked up 3 saves in 1 week. 2 weeks ago, 1-1. That one off the end of the bat. Out into left field, playable for Combs over to his left. And he makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down in the 9th. And the Golden Eagles 2 outs away from a series opening victory. Luke Lusky will step in. 2 for 3. More traditional single hit by a pitch, and he grounded out to 3rd his last time up in the 6th. And not only are ORU looking for new season totals in their win categories, they're looking to make it 13 straight over the Jackrabbits here today. First pitch in there for a called strike at the bottom half. Nothing in 1. Thornton comes out of the wide and fires low and outside. Conagate scoops it up. Just a reminder, following the final out, we'll have the Empire Fence post-game show for you. We'll recap all 9 innings of this series opener. 1 ball and 1 strike to Luke Lusky. And the 1-1. Hits it out into left center. Combs over on the run. Dives, and he made the catch. Somehow, some way, Cooper Combs on the run, dead sprint to his left, and he lays up and he makes the catch. A flashy out number 2. And the Golden Eagles are 1 out away. How about that from Cooper Combs? Show off the leather, why don't you? And it's up to Nate Watcher to try and keep the game going. Base is empty, 2 gone. First pitch in there for a called strike. Well, right now, Easton Teal is in line for the win. Schlecht is in line for the loss. 0-1. Big swing and a miss. And the Golden Eagles a strike away. How about this? Would it be for Maddox Thornton to go 4 innings and grab a save here today? He's a strike away from doing so. Base is empty, 2 gone, 0-2. Thornton fires home, misses low and outside. The Golden Eagles have controlled this game from start to finish. Can they finish it off here? The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. That's your ball game. Maddox Thornton goes 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 9th inning, and the Golden Eagles win Game 1 of this weekend series. The final score, Oral Roberts 8 and South Dakota State 4. The offense comes to play yet again, and they control it from start to finish. We'll recap it all for you coming up on the Empire Fence postgame show. All 9 innings in all of its glory. Once again, the final score, the Golden Eagles win it 8-4 over South Dakota State. The Empire Fence postgame show comes at you next here on the ORU Sports Network.
Starting a family, making the most of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budget, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
Get people in your door by going outdoors. Out there, it's drive time all the time. Travelers are a captive audience from point A to point B, and they'll see your advertising all day, every day. People change radio stations, but they rarely change their commute to work or their favorite places. It's high reach, high frequency, and one of the most dependable advertising mediums around. Let the professionals at Lamar Outdoor help you tap this valuable resource today.
9 innings are in the books, and it's time for the Empire Fence postgame report. For the full breakdown, stats, and reaction, here's play-by-play voice Connor Clark.
Oral Roberts wins yet again against the South Dakota State Jackrabbits, and they do it in convincing fashion from start to finish as they defeat the Jacks in Game 1 of this weekend series by a final of 8-4. Welcome into the Empire Fence postgame show. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network, and what a ball game for the offense yet again. They come through. It is their 6th consecutive game with double-digit hits, by far their longest streak of the season, and they get 8 runs to go along with it in a game which they opened up the scoring early and often, and they were able to close it out with some fantastic pitching down the stretch. Let's break down all 9 innings for you as Oral Roberts got the scoring started right away in the top of the first inning. Cooper Kelly launches his first home run of the year, a 3-run home run, scoring himself, Martell Davis, and Lele Yates. And that would really get the party started early and often. Or you'd be back at it again in the second. A 2-run double from Will Edmondson would score Keaton Campbell and Hudson Ellis. And after 2, it would be 5-0 Golden Eagles. To the third we go, and, well, they wouldn't be done quite yet. Owen Coyle drives in his second RBI of the season on a sacrifice fly that scores Martell Davis, who reached on a bunt single. Cooper Combs also doubled in the inning. He'd be stranded at third base. In the bottom of the third, that's when the Jackrabbits would get on the board. A 2-run single from Nate Watcher would score Nolan Graw and Luke Robalewski, and that would cut the lead down to 6-2. Then we go to the fourth. ORU responded with a solo shot from Akani Tanaka, the first of 2 home runs for him today, his 6th of the year at the time. And it would be the lone run and a lone hit in the inning for Oral Roberts. He saves them from going in order in the top half of the 4th inning. We go to the bottom half, and it would be a 2-run home run from Nolan Graw to pull the Jackrabbits a little bit closer. It would be 7-4 after 4 innings of play. Both teams would go scoreless in the 5th and 6th innings until Oral Roberts would open up the scoring yet again in the 7th. The second home run from Akani Tanaka, his 7th of the year, RBI number 27 from Akani Tanaka. And that would make it an 8-4 ball game, and that would how the game would end, final score-wise, I beg your pardon, as there was some really, really good relief pitching, really on both sides, as Oral Roberts would only get the 1 run, and they go quietly in the 8th and the 9th inning. Ty Madison and Dylan Richardson had a big part in that, and of course, on the other side, it was Maddox Thornton. He was absolutely brilliant out of the bullpen here today. He goes 4 innings, only gives up 2 hits, both of them infield singles, no runs, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. Oral Roberts only uses 2 arms on the afternoon. On the other side, South Dakota State only uses 3 arms, so not bad by any stretch of the imagination. Sam Schlecht finishes his start 5 innings, 9 hits, 7 runs, only 4 of them earned, no walks, 3 Ks. Richardson goes 2 innings. He gives up 2 hits. The solo home run to Makani Tanaka, no walks and 2 strikeouts. And then Ty Madison throws 2 scoreless innings. He gives up 1 hit, and he only strikes out 2, no walks, and that would be how his line ends up. As for the start for Teal, it wasn't necessarily Easton Teal numbers per se, but he still got the job done. Gets 5 innings under his belt, 7 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, 4 walks and 2 strikeouts. And he picks up the win here this afternoon. Sam Schleck picks up the loss. He's down to 3-3. Teal is up to 4-1, and Maddox Thornton picks up his third save of the year. The game played in 2 hours and 22 minutes as Oral Roberts takes home the series opener by a final of 8-4. They get those 8 runs accompanied by 12 hits, 1 error, and they only leave 4 on base. South Dakota State 4 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors, and they leave 9 on base. The Golden Eagles now up to 21-14, 12-1 in conference plays. They grow their lead for first place to 6 games. The South Dakota State Jackrabbits down to 12-22 and to 6-7 in Summit League Conference play. So Game 2 will come at you tomorrow afternoon. We could have some time changes because of the weather, but right now it's at 2 p.m., and we will see Nathan Love against Sam Novotny on the bump tomorrow between Oral Roberts and South Dakota State as the Golden Eagles look for their 5th consecutive Summit League fifth consecutive Summit League series win and potentially their 14th win in a row against the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. We'll have the pregame for you right here on the ORU Sports Network at 1:45 for now. Again, if that time changes, we'll be sure to update you on social medias at ORU Baseball on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram as well. So be sure to keep your eyes out on those pages for any potential changes due to the weather, X, Y, and Z. It's supposed to get pretty nasty up in Brookings tomorrow. A little bit of snow in the forecast as well. Yes, I know it's April, but again, it's South Dakota in April, so you can really never tell. So again, pay attention to those social media pages to find out any sort of time change that may or may not come our way. So just have that on your radar. So that'll do it for us here on the ORU Sports Network. A very successful Friday afternoon and a great way to kick off the weekend. Oral Roberts beats South Dakota State 8-4, and that'll do it for us here on the broadcast. A big thanks to our sponsorship group, as always, for helping us put on these great broadcasts. A big thanks to our ORU Sports Network crew for making us look and sound great with each and every single broadcast. And a big thanks to all of you for spending your Friday afternoon with us. My name's Connor Clark, signing off and saying so long. We hope you enjoy the rest of your Friday night and the rest of your weekend. We hope you join us tomorrow afternoon for some more baseball. But until then, you've been listening to Golden Eagle Baseball. This is the ORU Sports Network.